Okay, I thought I'd better be a bit serious for a moment. I do identify as Indigenous. Let's preface this out of the way. My mother's side is my mother is actually acknowledged as a Durrumbal elder. So my roots aren't deeply ensconced as a Durrumbal person. Maybe they should be. Maybe they should be. I don't know. Maybe I'm not that. Maybe it's not that interesting to me. But there's been a lot of emotion today regarding the result of the referendum. A lot of people are reacting to the result as though it's the most devastating thing they'll ever experience in their life, and as though the nation is, racist and high treasonists and bringing shame to us. And a lot of people I know are apologising to our people, and that's their right. They can feel if they feel they need to apologise to us. That's fine. Problem is, we've been hearing those apologies for the last for the last goodness knows how long in my lifetime. I'm nearly 40 next year, so they've been hearing it for. I've been hearing those apologies for a lifetime, and they're just words. They're just words. I can easily forgive them. I may not forget them, but I can easily forgive people. I'm not like a lot of these inner city folk who aren't easily forgiving of people. If they feel that way, that's fine, but the way a lot of people are carrying on, it's little wonder that the voice failed, because if they saw that as their last chance, then it's obvious that they don't have any stomach for the fight. They just think they're just popularist. That's all I can say about that. I don't profess to have answers myself. I personally voted in the negative. I know a lot of people will be surprised to hear that. But the reason I voted in the negative was because of the whole structure. Now, the whole structure, in that it was an advisory body, I interpreted that as if the government did not accept the advice of the advisory body, then we'd be nowhere. They would be just labelled racist, and we'd be fucking nowhere. We'd be in the same fucking spot, right, where having wasted shitloads of money and the time of other people to get nowhere. And if they did take that advice, which in essence they painted themselves in a corner by doing so, if the voice got up and they basically had to take their advice, otherwise they would have ended up in the same position we're in now, where sorry the cricket's on in the background. But if they did take their advice, it gives rise to the people who feared the extra layer of government, because as far as I'm aware, the voice representatives would not be popularly elected. They would be appointed. They would have been appointed in some way, whether it be by government or by elders or by whoever else. I wouldn't know. I don't think they even knew. But the assumption would have been that a lot of the candidates would have been based in the inner city, suburban areas, most of which voted yes, and that's their right, on the East Coast, and any solution would only have been an advantage to them and their constituents, not to regional Queensland where I'm based, not to Western Australia, where there's a higher representative Indigenous people than you think. Certainly not to anywhere else away from mainland East Coast Australia. So a lot of people think, it's misinformation. Well, anyone can pull the misinformation card, but the reality is, it's not whether the information is correct or not. It's how you interpret it. If you interpret information to be false, then you will always think it is false. If you interpret information to be true, unless someone actually takes the time to personally direct you, not tell you to do a Google search or something like that, that's just bullshit from lazy bastards who think that Google is the be all and end all, because they're just as likely to put stuff that's of a misinformed nature. Let's be honest. Once they're a business, they'll take anything as well. But away from that, I know it's a bit of a rant. I'm keeping my cool. I'm not that devastated. A lot of people think, "Oh, you must be devastated." I'm in the First Nations, being a First Nation person. I'm not that devastated at all. I've had worse setbacks in my life in the last couple of months. Devastated? Nah. That would be losing an uncle, whose widow I'm planning to see tomorrow after the Melbourne Marathon. That's devastating. Not bloody losing a vote, which tends to favour really the politically minded and the political few, rather than the good of our people. I don't profess to have the answers. I'm not that intelligent. I'm not that smart. I don't have any. I'm just a simple postal worker whose views aren't taken overly seriously, unless I'm talking total shit. In which case, everyone hangs on every word I say. Am I angry at people? No, not at all. I'm not angry at people. I'm angry at people though who want to tar people like myself, a First Nations person who voted in the negative, with the same brush as those who voted yes from other ethnicities, walks of life. That's the type of generalist bullshit that makes me more angry than the result of a referendum. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's the end of it. We'll never reconcile." Let's be honest. If you want 100% agreement on anything, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. So, my advice would be to the S-bases, just don't go all, "I feel ashamed, this, that, and blah, blah, blah," and don't try and put it back on the no voters to come up with the solutions. Go back, calm down for 5 fucking minutes, and think, okay, where did this go wrong? Why did the people overwhelmingly reject it? Especially away from the inner city areas, because that is what's seemingly is underpinning yes votes in every state. And think, okay, that didn't work. How else can we make it more palatable to those people who actually voted no, rather than think, okay, no voters, your turn. Because if you think it's the end, it will be. If you don't think it's the end, it won't be. Simple message, really. Anyway, I know it may be an unhinged rant, but it's pretty much how I'm feeling at the moment. Just thought I'd put it on the record. For those running tomorrow, I'll see you out there.